Log into gyroscopeme.com, the hottest online radio station in the world. GS Radio all day, all night, worldwide. Powered by Gyroscope Media Group, LLC. Connect.
GS Radio, the best internet radio station worldwide. Providing the best in music and talk shows. Go to www.gsradionj.com and check out the best internet station in the world. You're listening to GS Radio Internet Radio Station powered by GMG LLC.
In the beginning there was Jack, and Jack had a groove. And after a while, a deep sleep fell upon him, and he went looking for a new groove. He began looking for a new nation, and it had to be a soulful nation. And he found it, and it was Soulful House Nation. And he saw a building. It was a tall building. It had 10 stories, and he entered the building and got on the elevator and pushed the 10th floor, but it stopped on the 8th floor. And that's where he found his new groove. And he began to jack and jack and jack and jack. And he knew that this was it. It was Soulful House Nation on the 8th floor. Get ready, get ready, get ready.
Get ready, ladies and gentlemen. I am DJ Dan. Soulful House Nation coming to you live from the 8th floor. I am the unusual suspect. This is the show. Ladies and gentlemen, when I tell you this is a good one, this is a good one. All right. Well, let me just do this as usual. First of all, I just want to say it's so good to be back after last year. If you didn't check out our last interview of the year was DJ Technique, so go back and check that out. And today we're going to do just a quick recap here. We're going to play the hottest song according to the track source in the Soulful House category. But let me just share this with you. We're going to play a little snippet because, Facebook has this nasty little habit of shutting us down and muting us out. Then the second thing we're going to do, we're going to talk to you, we're going to play the hottest song, as I said. Then after that, we're going to talk to you a little bit about what's coming this week. And then we'll play an old school song, which, by the way, our guest is going to recognize our old school song, our classic. But now, we're only going to be able to play a snippet of it because, again, Facebook is a nasty, nasty little habit of shutting us down and muting us out. And then after that, we're going to have our conversation, which I got to tell you, I've been waiting. I've been waiting literally for years, and it's here. Woo! I'm excited. Anyway, so, and after that, we're going to go into the Shazam Free Zone. We play nothing but brand new music, and you get a chance to hear cuts, and you can decide whether it's a smash or trash. You know, we're going to play it and say it, and then you get to make the decision if it's hot or not. Now, just one other thing here before we start. I just want to just always give a big shout out to Ariel Shante and King T Finesse for putting together our theme song, and also to let you know we're on a whole bunch of places. I'm going to do this off the top of my head. We're on Facebook, obviously. We're on, Facebook, YouTube, Vimeo, Spotify. I'm a lot. Put it that, a lot. Of course, on Twitch, and just a whole bunch of places. So, let's play our number one song, according to Track Source in the Soulful House category. It's by Nathan Haynes, Marlena Shaw, Falcon. It's called Squire for Hire. Again, we're going to play a little snippet so Facebook doesn't get at us. Chuck, would you play a little snippet? Okay. So, anyway. So, also, too, got some more stuff to introduce you to. And, again, I'm super excited. Our guest, I've been like had it on my mind for a long time, and we kind of talked about it here and there, and then this summer we said okay, and now I'm super excited because it's gonna happen today. All right, here's the song. It's called Squire for Hire. We're gonna play a little snippet. We're gonna do some updates, and then we're gonna be on with our guest. Fade it down a little bit because, yeah, we don't want Facebook to do what they do, which is shut us down and mute us out. Again, that's the number one song on Track Source. Hey, listen to this. We got a few things that you should be aware of. Some new music by Susan Estera, and she's got this track called Dreaming, and then Dreaming Love, and it's we're featuring Miranda Nicole. Then King T Finesse, the person who put our theme song together, has got this track called Flow. And then Reggie Steele has a new track called Lover's Lounge. We're going to play all of them. We're going to play all of them today. Plus, we're going to play our guest music. Now, just some things you should be aware of. One of the things that is going on right now is Tamir Family Soul. That's Tamir, along with Warren Soulfingers, is doing a thing on Friday nights at Central Park. Some people may know it from Mr. East, but it's actually called Central Park. It's on the other side of Mr. East. So they're doing their thing, and what's really good about it is that they are bringing in new people. They're bringing their headliner, but they're bringing in new people in terms of maybe not on the stage like that. For example, 2 weeks ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, give or take, I played there. So that was very, very exciting, and I just want you to check for that. All right, let's do this. Let's play that song that our guests will probably know, and then we just only play a little snippet because, I mean, she's so hot that Facebook knows who she is, and they will shut you down. So, Chuck, play a little bit of that track. Okay, of course you know I'm talking about a little girl. Okay. I will tell you, I hate to shut it down, but Facebook, I know they're gonna send me some hate mail. Well, a message saying somebody claimed the rights. That's just how. Let me tell you what. If I put a track up there, they would go. Anyway. So, Viola, how are you?
Hi, DJ Dan. I'm good.
Well, listen, I got to tell you, I'm super excited having you here. I'm getting goosebumps talking to you. If I could show you a close-up, you'd see I have goosebumps. That's how excited I am to have you here. Thank you so much for agreeing. And I just want to give a little bit of a shout-out to somebody behind the scenes that helped make this happen. That's Marcus. So thanks again, Marcus. So let's start off with the easy stuff. Just tell us a little about you. Introduce us to you, where you're from, background, that kind of stuff like that. Easy stuff. Yeah.
Now, Dan, I told you earlier. Dan there set me up. He caught me out there at the festival, and he was like, "You gonna do this interview?" And I was like, "Caught me." But I love you, Dan. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
I am just a regular girl. I'm born and raised in Plainfield, New Jersey. I love the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
I love making people smile, feel good. I'm just a people person. I'm very simple, but I'm very, 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 very smart and creative.
Okay. Now,
super goofy. So don't mind me, people.
Okay, listen, let me tell you what. So, I'm just going to ask you to forgive me because, and left to my own devices, I'm pretty silly. So, don't leave me to my own devices, all right?
Listen, I hope I can answer your questions, but let's.
Oh, yeah. All right. Now, do you come from a musical background or was?
Absolutely. My father was a singer. My father sings, my sister, my brother. I'm the one that did most of the recording. My brother's more of a classical pianist. But,
oh, really?
Yeah, we grew up in the house singing like African little chants when I was like 2 or 3 years old, harmonizing together. Oh. So that started the love of it. Family was all into music.
See, you were probably encouraged to sing. I was encouraged not to sing. So they knew.
My mother. That's my mother. My mother can't sing. You can't hear her. You can't sing.
Yeah. Well, I think singing is one of those things that maybe you have it or you don't. I'm not saying you can't learn things, but like, I was told right away, go do something else, Dan. Anyway, so now how about
sing? You just may not be able to take the lead, but you can sing.
Okay. All right. Well, listen, I am probably one of the premier shower singers. I mean, Listen.
I'm guilty of that too. Before I really tried to be an artist, I'm in the shower just singing.
Okay.
I didn't want people to see me. I sing in the shower. That was it.
Okay. Now, who were some of your early influences?
Oh my goodness! Now you're trying to age me, but listen.
But research, we know from research.
Oh my God! First of all, I'm really not a fan of anyone.
Okay.
What it is for me is if it moves me. So you don't even have to be a recording artist. You could be someone in the church choir, someone on the bus singing. Something about you touches my spirit. That's what makes me gravitate towards you. But as far as professional recording artists, hands down, Aretha Franklin.
Okay.
All the old school genres, but one of my favorites is a man, Marvin Gaye.
Okay. All right. All right. Now, you didn't make a mistake yet. Keep going.
But there's so many to list. Yeah. And a lot of my peers are inspiring to me as well, the ones I work with. So, yeah.
Yeah. It's funny because Now, I don't want to sound like, you know, like back in the day, but I got to tell you, we hear a lot more songs from back in the day where there were harmonies and things of that nature. Now, not to say they don't do it today, but I think because of where we are musically, at least on the radio, I think you got to look for it more. I don't know. What are your thoughts? Yeah, that's my thought there.
Well, another strange thing about me being a recording artist is I really, really don't follow music.
Oh, interesting.
I really don't. But what I have observed, when I do listen, I just don't really. But I do understand what you're saying, because I recall growing up, especially like being in the church choirs and things like that, you were always introduced to harmonies, meanings for the song, and there was always a message behind it. And then we got to a phase where we lost the message, we lost uplifting our communities and motivating and moving forward. And auto tunes came in, so you really didn't have to harmonize and put the vocals together. But what I have observed is that style is changing as well, because the artists now that I've been hearing, I'm sorry, you guys, I don't know you guys' names, but one of them, she's a little dated, but Keisha Cole's as well.
Okay.
That these artists are singing, they're harmonizing, and with social media, I'm noticing that you have to come correct now. you have to come correct, because these people, they're thirsty, they're hungry, and they also understand that they don't need a record label to put them on. So
right,
it's back around. It's doing a cycle. I don't think you have to search too hard. Now, rap music, that's different.
Okay. Right. Yeah. Well, you know, you're right. That's a pretty interesting thought. I just want to park that aside. Regarding social media, I just want to put that aside. If we have time, I want to come back to it. I want to get your thought on it. Now, how about this? Now, here's the $64,000 question. How did you get into house music?
Oh, Jesus. Gee. Okay. Wow, stop being so goofy. Okay.
That's okay. You're in the right place, in the right space. Wait a minute, hold it. I should have been a rapper. What am I doing with this house music thing? Did you hear that rhyme?
I caught them bars. Okay. Actually, I started off with, of course, you know, gospel, jazz, but my first real recording was hip hop.
Oh, really?
I did the vocals for hip hop, half hip hop group back in the day. Hey Norman, BKS Radio. So that was back in the day, and from that, going to the studio with Norman all the time. There were two guys that came into the location where we were, and one of them was named Chris Payne, and I apologize if I get this story wrong, because you know, it was so long ago. But,
okay.
His name was Chris Payne, and he knew I could sing. Mind you, I wasn't looking to be an artist. I just loved to sing. So I was just having fun. And he told me he had some music, and he was actually house music. So I started working in the basement with him, trying to come up with ideas, doing background vocals. But I still didn't love house music. It was, I recall hanging out with a good friend of mine, Robin, I believe it's Robin Suggs, and we went to go see DJ Pookie.
Oh, okay.
I think I'm saying his name correct. And I didn't know who he was. We were younger back in there. We're in his basement. And I'm sitting behind him, and he was very respectful. I'm a young lady, just him and I in the basement. My other friend left out, and he's playing this music I never heard before. It was like my first introduction to like a house music festival in his basement. I was like, the way it felt, it felt like I was almost in church. So that's where the love came from. And I mean, I've been hearing it all over the place, but the introduction was there. Now, but back to Chris Payne, that's where my first record came out, called In the Morning. And it actually resurfaced again. How about that?
Is that something?
he came back. So that's when it started with Chris Payne.
Now interesting, you mentioned DJ Pookie. Now, how about maybe some of the producers that you worked with? I guess you mentioned him, and then is there anybody that you want to work with?
Okay. I'm gonna go into who I want to work with because there's so many, and I'm a little bit in trouble, DJ Dan. Because of life, I'm a caretaker. I've always took care of my family. So it's been a lot of weight. So when it comes to myself and my own career, I had to put things on hold. So I have a lot of music submitted to me, and I've not finished them all yet. So guys, please bear with me. I'm really trying my best. Thank you for even considering me. But the one person, I'm going to talk about who I want to work with, but one person I want to talk about is Kyle Small-Smith. He did Follow Me. He actually is the producer of Little Girl. But our story, if you don't mind, I love to share our story.
No, take it. No, we're good.
He wasn't convinced to me at first. No, he wasn't. I'm telling on you, Kyle. Now, we were back to Chris Payne's studio, and at the time I was doing backgrounds and figure out how to do cover tunes. I really didn't know the studio that well, but everybody kept pushing me, keep doing it, keep doing it. I'm like, all right, whatever. So then one day, Chris was like, I want you to do backgrounds for this track. I was like, sure, no problem. Kyle comes in with his entourage, and this young lady, I forget who she is, she was really beautiful. And all the guys were just like gaga over her. So they're teaching me the part to sing. And I'm like, okay, I got it. So I go into the booth, put my sets on, and I go to lay down the first track. Kyle was first like this. And I see his face through the window. I'm like, what's wrong? No, that's not it. That's not it. I'm reading his lips. That ain't it. All right, Bob, try it again. Your textures aren't matching up. So I was blowing it. I wasn't used to matching textures. And the girl come in the booth, and she's standing next to me, and I can see through the mirror that she's looking like, So Kyle was like, cut, it was over. And wouldn't even look at me. And walked out. So I had my little feelings hurt, but that's part of what it is. So then from there, we just moved on. But then what happened was, In the Morning was put out, like I mentioned, and DJ Tamir. DJ Tamir, I don't know how exactly we got together, but he saw the potential in me, and he was like, yo, I got somebody I want you to meet. I was like, okay. Still not chasing this. It's just, I'm grateful it just kept falling in my lap. And he took me to Kyle's house. And when I went into Kyle's basement, we looked, we were like, this is that. He looked at me like, I don't know, Tamir, I don't know. So Tamir was like, trust me, man, trust me. So so he pulls out a track that Rico Tyler, he passed away, did the keys to, and it was a church feel. So I've grown up in church. So I was like, that's it. I love it. And I went home and I wrote He Is Lord, and that was the first hit me and Kyle had together. So that was the start. And then from there, I'm only mentioning him because he's very, very instrumental in my career. Very. So months passed by. He Is Lord is doing very, very well. I have a lot of stories for that, but I'm not going into it. And he one day calls me up. I'm hanging out at my friend's house, having a good time. He's like,
minding your business.
Minding my business, exactly. I'm chilling. Okay, so we're having a party at our house, and he was like, "I got a track for you. I want you to hear it. Where you at? I'm coming to you right now." All right. So he comes over, and I let him come into the house. They let us go into the basement. They had a very, very nice house. So we go into the basement, a private room. And he plays this track. I almost lost my mind then. I was like, wow. Again, for me, it's spiritual. If it touches my spirit, it's like, wow. But I sat there being cool, and he was like, "Vibe, Kyle was hyper. Vibe. I want you to write about your little girl," because I just had my daughter.
Okay.
And she's had, since up until 7 years old, 9 heart surgery. So he wanted me to write about her. And I was like, okay. After he left, I let my friends hear it, and they were so excited. I was like, I gotta go. I left the party immediately. I went home, I got on my bed, and I prayed like I never prayed before. For some reason, I just needed God's guidance. And I prayed and I prayed and I prayed and I prayed and I prayed. And the next morning I woke up with the song, Little Girls. It wasn't about my daughter, but it was about what I was seeing in the world, what was happening to our young ladies. How we were losing our value. How we were not knowing that we were more than enough. That we're beautiful from the inside out. So when I wrote that song, that really, really opened the door. But His Lord is my favorite. Little Girls is the one that is going worldwide.
Wow. Well, what's always interesting is that like you'll hear a song, the artist made the song, it may or may not be their personal favorite. Not to say that they don't like, it's not like you don't like all your tracks, but one of them sticks out to you more for whatever that reason is. And then another one takes you to another level. And what I find interesting is that we're not always able to pick the one that's going to take us to the next level. And it's like, but I got to tell you, okay, here's Lord, but I just think that so many people can relate to Little Girl. Either personally, they have somebody in their family, they have a child, and they do want them to go up and grow up a certain way and to be, have respect or be treated with respect and or demand respect. And I think maybe that's one of the reasons it's resonated so hard. And I don't know. What do you think? Why do you think it hits so hard? And obviously it's a classic. Matter of fact, you can't even play it because Facebook will shut you down. That's how much it's recognized, huh?
I absolutely love Little Girl. And why I chose He is Lord as being my favorite is because it ministers to me. Whenever I'm broken or I'm going through it and I feel weak, it's trust in the Lord and believe in His word. That's why all that. But as far as performing, which song, it's Little Girls. And like you were saying, see, I tear up because I'll perform for free for the right situations because I know that the song touches people. Not saying, listen, don't be trying to get me for free. I'm just saying.
Let's clear that up. But you did say the right situation. Go ahead.
Because it's a huge blessing to me. When I used to have a really hard time going out on stage. I go through anxiety. It's a lot to get out there. But once I'm out there and it's not the clapping for me, that doesn't do it. It's the eyes, the people that are actually receiving the message, the hugs afterwards. The first time I've experienced the hug was from a man. He came to me and told me how my song saved his daughter's life. So
wow.
Those types of things make me keep going and doing it. It's to know I put a smile on your face, to know that whatever you were going through in that moment before you got here, right now, enjoy that moment. I'm here for you. So it's a lot of work. It's not just performing. To me, it's ministry. And I accept you at whatever level that you are because I want you to accept me too. And I want to be relatable to everyone. So you will see me not gravitate to the most beautiful person according to people's explanation of it. I will gravitate to the one who people leave behind. And I will do my best to build them up, to let them know how amazing you are, how awesome you are. God created you. Are you serious? You are perfect. And that's what fulfills me, Dan. That's what fulfills me, Dan. And I believe that's why the song is not dying. It's younger kids, 7, 8, 15, 20, that are coming up to me saying thank you. So I know when I prayed that day, because I pray over all my songs, but that song I prayed like I never prayed for a song. And I know why I wrote that song. And I want to clarify something because I remember I heard someone say, I hope I'm saying it correctly. I'm shaming people who want to take their clothes off. And I'm like, no, I'm not. That's not what I'm doing. I'm letting you know that there's more to you, that you're more powerful, because one day that beauty is going to subside, that body's going to go away. What's next? What do you have left? And to know that just because someone said you're beautiful, that you don't have to take off your clothes and devalue yourself just to get their attention. And then on the other hand, if you choose to be a little bit visual and or sexual with your clothes, I don't know if I'm saying the correct things for Facebook, then at least be strong in your mind. Don't sell yourself. Don't sell your soul. It's just, there has to be a balance, a place for everything, so.
Right.
Little Girls is that. And as far as producers I want to work with, I work with so many so far.
Yeah.
I personally need to finish the tracks I've been working with.
Okay.
But I'll work with someone who's unknown. The stuff is good. You want to work with me? Let's work. And if your spirit is right, let's work.
Let me just go back to Little Girl one more time, and then we can move on. That's a very, very important song. That song is for anyone who has a daughter. It's for anyone who has a sister. It's for anyone who has a niece, a granddaughter, etc. And I got to tell you something. So even though the title is Little Girl, some people have grown physically, but they're not necessarily where they need to be mentally in terms of their self-esteem and their self-respect. And this is a very, very important song. I just needed to say that. And
it feels good to, I don't normally name drop, but I'm going to name drop one.
Okay.
Feels good to have, I don't know if I should do that. I'll just say this, known celebrities that acknowledge that it's a great song. I name drop it, but it feels good. It feels good, Dan. And the craziest part about it is that it's worldwide.
Right.
And I can be in a room and someone's playing a song and they don't even know I'm there. I like it. I like still being Viola. I like seeing how you respond to me. I don't need you to be like, she's here.
Right.
I'll go down and buckle your shoes.
Right.
Oh yeah, talk about music. Let me stop.
Yeah. Well, again, it's a universal message. Men and women can relate to it. And then two, they did it in a way that's very, very presentable to the house music community. And you don't necessarily have to be playing house to play that song, and if somebody listens to the lyrics, because I know some people are very, very lyrics conscious, and again, you don't have to be into house music to hear that song and get it. So those are my thoughts. Yeah.
I also love Lil Lee Vega's mix on it too.
Mm-hmm.
That did very well. Really, really well overseas.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you a few shout outs here. Diane, how you doing? Thanks for stopping by. Sultan, what's up? How you doing? He says it's an anthem. Cool Lou is in the house. Oh my goodness. Look, all these people came to see you. They never come to see me. Anyway. That is a good reason, but I'm just saying. Anyway. But nah, this is good. So let's talk about some of the people that you work with, and is there anyone on your bucket list?
Okay, let's see who I work with. I'm not just a few off the top because listen.
Okay, let me just say one thing, ladies and gentlemen. If I asked you what your top 10 songs are, you probably couldn't tell me, and you'll think of them later. So if she doesn't mention your name, doesn't mean that she doesn't love you, doesn't mean that she doesn't want to work with you. It's just that you didn't pop into the top of her head, and that means you got to do a better job of communicating. How about that? No, I'm kidding. I had to stick that last part. That last part was for me. Anyway.
Kyle, Kyle Smith. Kevin Hedge, he did Baby Loves Me.
Mm-hmm.
Barbara Tucker, Kenny Bobian, Will. Years ago, no, that didn't. Child, there's so many. Nettie, DJ Mimi. Jesus. Wow. I'm just grateful for everyone. But my bucket list would be, and this is the crazy part, before he really, really blew up, in communications to work. I didn't pursue it, but I did have a chance to work with. Now, because I said this, I forgot the man's name. Who's the biggest African producer? Period. I just slipped out my big head.
Black Coffee.
Thank you. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Hey, listen.
I forgot his name. Okay.
Hey, listen.
All right, but yes, that was years ago. But that's the bucket list. Everyone else pretty much touched down.
Okay. Oh wow. Okay. How about this? Let's talk about your career / music. Talk to us about your path to success. Like, what you did. The steps you take. I know you're a believer, so they say the steps. I'm gonna remix this for a minute. Of a good woman are ordered. So tell us about your path to where you are now.
Like I was briefly explaining in the beginning, I really never pursued being an artist. I love singing in the church choir and school performances, acting off Broadway. I did that, so it was just a love of it, and being out, other people heard me and took a chance with me. So that's really how it happened. It was not me knocking down any doors. It was how can I help you, and then in turn it helped. But what I did learn was that this is business. And I want to make sure that you guys know this is business. And I believe that when I first started out in this industry, I was presented with contracts that were thick. And I didn't at the time I was no lawyer. My mom and dad didn't know anything. And I was just talking to people on my own, but God just guided me. But when I got the contracts, I just noticed it felt like I was signing my life away. So I didn't sign the contract. And I'm glad that I wasn't thirsty for this industry, because that would have locked me in for the rest of my career. But what did happen was when I had a chance to meet up with other producers who wanted to work with me, they got tapped on the shoulder, literally right in front of me. And when they got tapped on the shoulder, they were like, okay, I gotta go. So that I felt a bit of a blackball just because I didn't have a contract. And that's okay. You have to know, you have to be okay with walking away with eating some oodles of noodle and still feeling rich.
Right. Got you.
Not all money is good money. So that was that. And then it's very important, artists, to make sure when you do have representation that they know more about the industry than you. Because your friends will come along and want to help you and they believe in you, and you'll sit back and let them manage you. And you have to remember who's ever standing before you represents you. Even though you may not know what they may say in those meetings, it comes back as you. So that can close doors on you as well. But for some reason, again, I wasn't that artist that was trying to get in. It was, I believe it was a calling on my life. So that's why everything lined up the way it did. And I wound up with Kai.
You know, listening, and like I do hear lessons along the way. Number one, hey, wait a minute. I know you like to sing and everything, but listen, let's not get it twisted. This is a business. And I also heard you say that you have to be careful who you have representing you. You also you really, I guess you got to really have your paperwork straight too, and you got to know what's in your paperwork. Even if you're not the person, you still got to say yes and no at the end, and you could tie yourself into a nice little mess and not even realize it if you don't have that conscious.
And they never get a chance to even meet you. And if they would have gotten to really meet you, it would be a whole different story. But one thing that I'm grateful for as well is I want to touch base on how Wally and I got together. Ronald Johnson.
Wally B.
That's right, one of my best friends. I was being managed by one of his close friends, Dante Tucker, at the time. And he took me to Wally's house, and Dante wanted to help me market. Wally was doing graphic designs at the time. So he made my first CD cover for He Is Lord. I met Wally. But then that was over. Years passed by. Here I am in a whole new life, a child, everything. And then I get a phone. Wally was really, really, really active in church. I get a phone call from Wally years later. Yo, Viola, what you doing?
I sound like him.
He told me to call you, so I'm going to manage you. I'm like, Wally, man, no. He was like, trust me, Viola, we're going to do this. Just me and you, we're going to do this. So he got his camera out. We was everywhere taking pictures, making ourselves known. And from there, Kevin had, from there, everybody saw what we were doing and believed in us. And then next you know, Wally is now the manager of the world. He's got everybody on it. It was because he believed in me that he was not going to let little girls lay down. He was like, let's go. And, I mean, I was still performing, still doing my thing, but he was just like, there's more. Come on.
Wow.
I love that man right there.
You got a few shout outs here. Sultan says, hey, Dan Shira, I came by to see you. Doesn't that count? Okay. But then he also wants to let you know that he loves you. So, and he loves what you do. He loves you. So I had that here. Listen, I mean, you just give that off that energy. You give that off that energy. Did you see the wave coming when this thing started to blow up?
It caught me off guard, but
Okay.
I saw it. Okay. Especially like when Wendy Williams did the interview. I'm not supposed to say stuff. when I did an interview with her, on that level for house music to get that type of interview, I just knew it. But just to see the reaction of people when they heard the song, and then when they found out it was me, I was like, this is bigger than I had even ever imagined. And to see that it's across the world, I'm still humbled by it. I refuse to have a big head. I got a big head for real, but I refuse to have a big head about it. So I'm still grateful.
Now, here's what a lot of people don't know.
What?
And it's unfortunate. Ah, goodness gracious. Who that? I mean, some people don't know all the music that you've made over the years. Tell us about, so many of the other hits you've made, so many other things.
I don't say anything. I get in trouble for this too, because
That's all right. This is good trouble, somebody would say.
I don't really talk about it. I have about, it's not a whole lot, but I have about 10 tracks that are out right now. And they are really doing well overseas and over here. It's the little girls, Call My Name, Don't Give Up, Just Dance, Go. Lord, I can't even remember my songs. Help me, Jesus.
See, that right?
but all of them, they're more, but all of them are inspirational. I can't make a move without doing something inspirational. Now, my first song in the morning,
Okay.
that's a little different. It was still inspirational, but it was like, what's the words in them songs? In the morning, you got to be there. In the morning.
Okay. Let's see.
It's a love song, but it's a house track. I'm not about to sing it sounding crazy. No.
Okay.
But it's a few tracks out there.
Yeah. Bilal, what's up? How you doing? All right.
Oh, I want to give a real shout out to Stacy Kidd. Oh,
okay. Yeah.
I'm sitting on something for him too. Please, Lord, forgive me. But Stacy, I love what you did with He Is Lord. It's phenomenal. That man is a beast.
Yes.
So I put him right up front. And freeze. We got to finish that Smile song. Look at me. I got a story about Vega.
Go ahead.
Louis.
Okay.
Okay. After Louis Vega had did my remixes of all my songs, he plays it everywhere. It's on the radio, BLS, blah, 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 blah. Giving me a lot of love. He's like, okay, let me try something with Viola. Let me send her a track. So he sends me a track. He don't even, I've never told no one this either. He sends me a track. And I'm not a heavy drinker, but I was having a good time with my husband in the house. And we was chilling, drinking. So my dumb butt going to sit up here and try to write the song while we were drinking. I was like, hey, this sounds good. He's like, yeah, this is good. Send it to him. Louis was like, no, I don't know. So I'm so embarrassed, I never even tried to do it again. But I sent him a tipsy track.
A tipsy track. Okay. All right.
It's called Unwind.
Unwise?
I need to unwind.
Oh, yeah. Unwind. Okay. Got you.
But yeah, that's what I did to Louis. Louis, I apologize.
Oh, okay. All right. So
Mm-hmm.
maybe the world will get back to him, and then boom, another track will show up in your inbox.
Louis and I, we're cool. It's not that serious, but he just did not know that I was not in the right mind that day.
Oh, okay.
And I still sent it though, but I love the fact that I could just laugh at myself. I'm goofy.
Hey, listen.
I'll be on the stage performing. This happened to me one time. I'm on the stage performing, and I had to walk down some steps. People a roll down the steps. Okay. And I laid on the stage, I laid on the floor, and still kept singing, laughing at myself. And That's what it is.
Well, it's really good when you can laugh at yourself because, I mean, there's nothing like having fun with yourself. If you can't laugh at yourself, then what is the point?
You have to laugh at yourself. You have to.
Now, do you prefer like singing, writing, being in the studio, singing, performing live? Do you have a preference for any or all of it like that?
I actually went through stages. I used to love, when I was really young, I used to love singing like in front of people. Then when I started recording, I started loving being in the studio. So it was just stages of it. Mm-hmm. I'm most uncomfortable in a close, intimate setting.
Okay.
I can feel your eyes. I can feel if I mess up, I might see a little. It's just too much. But being on stage, you become the artist. You go out there to do your job. I love to act. I'm the actress as well.
Okay.
So I can easily be seriously depressed, and that's happened a lot. And then it's time to go on stage. But on stage is where I feel like I can't be touched.
Interesting.
And I can touch you.
Interesting.
But I don't look for the praise of you looking up to me as I'm like your God. You're worshiping me. I look to you like I'm here for you. I'm here for you. And your smile makes me smile. It feels good.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. There are people who perceive themselves as a god or a goddess, and that all hail to Billy Bob, whatever. Yeah. I got you, and they come off like that. But it's interesting, huh?
You have to realize we're all human. We just have different gifts in different areas.
Yeah. Just because you're smart about one thing doesn't like.
It doesn't mean that you're not smart. It might mean that you might not have been exposed to something.
Well, I could tell you what. I'm when I was born, I had a technical and a mechanical bypass. So anyway, that's like some people just have, there's a gift with being able to figure out mechanical and technical things. Listen, I stay in my lane when it comes to that. Now, some things I can get at a certain level if I do it over and over and over and over again. But, but you know what the funny part about it is, Viola? Sometimes when people have a gift, they think because it's easy to them that you should get it. And sometimes they feel like they need to speak louder to you and then you'll get it. What do you mean you don't know how to do that? This is so easy. Okay.
I know. See, people don't understand that. I'm grateful that I have that understanding. Lord, I'm so grateful to meet people where they are. Mm-hmm. Like, child. No, nobody's perfect.
Right.
Excuse me, I need some popcorn, y'all. It's time for a mukbang. It's mukbang time on the Dan show. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, we're good. We're good.
You keep me too long. I'm not joking.
Something interesting that you said, I thought, and I got to tell you, to a person on these interviews, I noticed even though people are into house, and you said it right up at the top, most of us have hip hop in our background. And you said you used to sing or something with hip hop or something like that, but I find that pretty interesting.
I used to rap too. How about that?
Huh?
I used to rap. Me and my girlfriend.
Oh, really? Now what was your? Now this just in, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna go look up all the old rap records from Viola.
Don't let me beatbox. Let's go.
Oh yeah. Okay now. Let's see what you got. You know what? I should have known it too. You said bars. Let's do a few bars. Anyway.
Right.
Now, what was your rap name and what was your rap group's name?
Well, we didn't have a group. It was just me and Dorothy. We were just two girls that felt like we can take on anybody down the hall. And I just went by Lady V, and she was Dot.
Okay.
And
Double D. There you go. Dan, Double D. Go ahead. Anyway.
It's Lady V, not Dan.
Okay.
A D and a V. No,
Okay. Oh, Lady V. Okay. I thought you said Lady D. Okay. All right. That's all right. Today I was talking to this gentleman and I was saying to him to email it to me. I said, and then he mentioned he does taxes. So I said, you do taxes? He says, no, I can fax it to you. And I said, no. I said, do you do taxes? He says, no problem. I can fax it to you. I said, never mind. Just email it to me. Anyway. So Lady V, like in Viola. Okay.
Yeah,
there you go.
Like Viola, absolutely. Yeah. That's what we used to do. I just had a lot of fun.
All right.
But for some reason,
Oh, goodness.
we took me serious.
Now, I'm going to combine these next two questions I have. What would you say were some of the highlights in your career, and is there anything you still want to accomplish?
Wow. There's so many highlights. It's not about traveling. It's not about the locations of the performances. For me, it's still the little kids, the elderly woman, the man, the woman that's on drugs, the man that's on drugs, the people who come up to me and tell me that they were blessed about the song or what was said during the show. Those are the highlights for me. I can't pinpoint other things that really stand out. Those are the things that really matter to me. I know it's strange for artists. I really don't listen to people's music. Years later, what the words were like Grace Jones, pull up to your bumper, baby. I know what that's what. So, it's just I don't see things that other people see until later. I may not even see how beautiful someone looks.
Interesting.
Until later.
Well, music is like that though, because I know songs that in the beginning I didn't get it, and not until I heard it in a certain spot, a certain place, a certain way, maybe the bass was kicking or something like that, and then I said, okay, now I get it. So I think I think a lot of us experience that. You go, wait a minute. They go, oh, how you like that? Oh, it's great. And then you're like, where do you go? Wait a minute. No, I get it. Anyway, I guess that's never happened to you. Anyway.
Just shut your mouth. It's just that stuff just is, if I feel it, I feel it. You don't have to be someone special. If I feel it, I feel it.
Right. So we're coming down to the wire here. Just got a few more questions here. So, like, I know you started mentioning it earlier, but, how have you been able to still be relevant? And, like, maybe, like, if you said, hey, Dan or anybody else in this thing that's interested in this music thing, and you had to share a thought, what would be that number one thing that you would want them to walk away with?
Thank the DJ. How would someone hear your music if it weren't for the DJs? The DJ believe in you enough to let the world hear and know who you are. So appreciate it. Get it to them. Get it to them. Get it to them. But just know your value. Know your value and be able to walk away. And don't always look for the big picture. Enjoy the journey, because along the journey, you could be missing out on a whole lot. And it's beautiful to look back and like, I was this, I did this, I was successful, but at the time, you were mentally not there, so you could not even appreciate all the blessings God gave you. So enjoy the journey.
Yeah.
And I say that life too. Just enjoy the journey. You're perfectly made just the way you are, mistakes and all. Learn from every single one of them. Every no gets you closer to the yes, as opposed to every no is like, oh, I'm failing. But if you think you're failing, you're going to keep failing. It's all in your mind. Everything is a creation. Everything is a thought. So write your songs, write your music, get the business together, market yourself. Be out there on social media. It's not like before where you needed someone to put you out there. Learn. Your brain, there's nothing wrong with learning. Keep on doing it. Market yourself, network.
Right.
And invest in yourself. Put some money into it. You're worth it. You put money into your sneakers, your clothes, everything else that's going to deteriorate. Put money into yourself, and don't forget God.
Got you. That's a whole lot right there. It really is. If you think about it, especially investing in yourself. Financially, spiritually, mentally. I'm going to say, in terms of the Lord and that kind of stuff, spiritually, whatever. It's really important. Because when you go home or wherever you go and you're by yourself, there you are. And depending on how you've poured into yourself or has been poured into you, you're going to, that's when you're going to come face to face with that. So that's powerful stuff, Viola. Excuse me, Lady V. Anyway.
Oh, that's right. The one to start beatboxing. I want to say.
Okay, here we go. Okay.
It's not about to start. But no, I wanted to say this before we finish up there, because I know we're finishing up. And it really doesn't have to do with music. It has to do with yourself and understanding the power of your mind. What you think about over and over and over again, when you repeat it over and over again, it becomes a creation. It happens. Start changing how you think in a negative moment. A negative and a positive thought can't exist together. Change thought in the moment. Stop living in the past. Everything that's happened in the past has caused you pain and harm. You keep thinking about it, which creates it in the future, right here, right now. Everything that you want in your life that you can see, prosperity, love, whatever it is, you may not know exactly what it is, but think about that. Start elevating your energy so that you can attract those things to come into your life that are more positive. Because what they say is what you resist the most persists. You keep resisting it, that's negative, it's going to keep. So keep thinking of the positive, what you want. It's going to happen. Everything that you've ever thought of negative happens because you keep thinking of it. Start reprogramming your brain to take out everything that's in your brain that's been inputted in there, that's been programmed in you, that since you were a child, and go back to your youthful self and learn to reprogram what is positive to elevate you to the next level. I'm going to stop there.
Okay, that's powerful. Maritza, how are you? Maritza's my longtime friend.
Hey, Maritza.
Yes. Hey, listen, any final thoughts? And if people want to follow you, keep up with you.
You gonna follow me? Follow me. Listen, Super, what's up?
That's right. That's right. Follow me. Now, I don't know where I'm going, but come on, let's go.
I'm pretty much on all social media, Threads, Facebook, Instagram, whatever else there is out there. Either it's by Viola Sykes or I am Viola Sykes. Please follow. Say hello so I can say hello back to you. And just so you know, someone told me that For the song Little Girls, there's a picture up there of a white woman. That's not Little Girls with Viola Sykes. A black girl with dreadlocks. But you.
Wow.
Thank you guys.
Well, listen, I just want to say thank you so much for coming out and hanging out with us.
That's all I'm gonna keep saying.
When I see I'm going to one and a two.
All right, stop. Yeah. Thank you.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Folks, thanks a lot for coming out and hanging out. We're going to go into the next segment of this show called the Shazam Free Zone. We're going to play nothing but brand new music, except for this one cut I want you to hear. Maybe you did. It may be brand new to you, but I think that it's worth playing. It's a great song. And then after that, we're just going to play all brand new stuff. I have a song I'm going to play, Susan Estera's brand new song. King T Finesse's new song called Flow. Susan Estera's new song is with Miranda Nicole is on the vocals. And then I'm also going to play Reggie Steele's new song called Lover's Lounge. I'm going to play that. And then plus a whole bunch of other stuff. And I'm not only going to tell you, I'm not only going to play it, but I'm going to say it. I'm going to say what it is. And you get to decide. So Chuck, we're ready for you. Started off with that track by Viola. All right, ladies and gentlemen, DJ Dan, Soulful House Nation, coming to you live from the 8th floor. I am the unusual suspect. Get ready as we go into the next zone, Shazam Free Zone. Thank you so much, folks, for coming out and hang out. Okay. Thank you so much, Viola.